What is up? What is up, everybody? It's Monday night, and you know what that means. That's when we discuss all the action figures that went up in the past week for pre order that I think are going to look great under your lights and in front of your lenses. Then, you guys might have some stuff that you think that I missed that we can talk about as well. And it's a good night for both of those because I didn't find a whole lot in the past week. I know that I was getting tagged in other stuff when it comes to things that are being announced or we're seeing prototypes for and stuff along those lines, but they didn't go up for pre-order yet. So I am going to be checking out some of this stuff because I think it looks pretty cool and I want to know more. So if you're catching this on the replay, let me know what figures went up in the past week that have you really excited to be taking pictures of. With that out of the way. Hola, Mr. Spencer. Thank you for stopping by, John. Hello, Skew Raider. What's up, guys? Now, real quick, before I go any further, I want everybody to know that if you're planning on entering the toy photography contest, the first Toypixx toy photography contests for, the monthly ones. This is basically what I'm trying to say. Okay, I got to get better at this whole, thing. So right now, Toypixx is running 2 action figure photography contests. One is on YouTube. One's on Patreon. The YouTube one is free. The Patreon one is if you join the Grande tier, which is $5. The prize for the YouTube one is an SDCC exclusive Jada Toys Chun-Li, and the prize for the Patreon one is an SDCC exclusive Once a Man Cobra Commander, which was donated by Tragic Hero, which was pretty cool. So I appreciate it, sir. Thanks again for everything. So that's what we've got. Now, in the video description below, you'll see the link to all the details and all that stuff. So check those out. You'll see a little bit going along the bottom scroll. You'll know where to submit entries and all that stuff. So if you still have to enter, if you still want to enter, be sure to do that by 11:59 tonight, Pacific Standard Time. I'll be sound asleep, I hope, because that's 2:59 a.m. my time. Anyway, with all that out of the way, I just wanted to make sure that anybody watching that knew about the contest but maybe hadn't submitted yet, I wanted to make sure you had a shot. I'd say pun intended, but I'm kind of making everything up that I'm saying right now on the fly. So I wanted to make sure that everybody that wanted to take a shot at it got a shot at it. So there you go. Now, with that out of the way, Harry, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Woo! What is going on, LBZ? Thank you for tagging me in that stuff. We're going to see if we can find some of that Maestro Union stuff that you were showing off. So now, with things kind of cooking, with us moving along here, why don't I go in and the first thing we're going to look at is, well, you know what? Let's just go here real quick. Now, first off, I didn't plan on this big bad toy store thing coming in from the Four Horsemen. So that link is not in the video description, whereas everything else that we're going to talk about, well, most everything else except what I come across on Big Bad Toy Store right now, is in the video description. So go ahead. If you want to pick something up, pick them up. They are affiliate links unless they're otherwise labeled non-affiliate links. So that's what's going on there. Now, this guy here, check this thing out. I honestly didn't even know this was a thing until I was preparing for this. This is called Stavros the Unwavering. And it is the Big Bad Toy Store 25th anniversary exclusive action figure by the Four Horsemen, kind of celebrating Big Bad Toy Store being in business for 25 years, which honestly, I think that's pretty cool. So let's take a look. Let's see what all he's got. I always like the shots. Oh, wow. Look at that. Trevor's still taking these shots. Ooh, and I'm sure he is. Look at that. That is glorious. 1.6 shooter, guys, if you don't know. That thing is ridiculous. That's cool. That's cool. I got to give that to him. I think that looks pretty dang good. What do you got, Mr. Spencer? You should always intend your puns. I know. I need to work on that. I need to plan out the whole pitches and everything I say a lot better. So I'm just on autopilot. My problem is I never want to sound on autopilot. So I've gotta work on that a little bit. Even if I am on autopilot, you know. Hello, Ghost Tab. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I think I agree, Skew Raider. This looks really good. Dragonoid Knight. Easy buy. I know I've seen their Valiant Knights. I think I saw Robo actually review that very recently. And it looks pretty cool. I do like the fact that they use ball joints or ball pegs at their waists. I think that looks great. But yeah, that's the first thing that I came across while I was doing this later hunting after I'd, of course, already prepared my other stuff. But then, and I don't know, tell me if you guys are into this stuff. I personally am not. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I know that Sesame Street was made by the same people that did the Muppets, right? Like I know this was Jim Henson. As a kid, Sesame Street bored the crap out of me. Legend has it that I started reading at a very young age. So when it got to Sesame Street, I don't know why it bored me so much, unless maybe in my kid brain I thought, this is for babies. But I don't know. I never got into Sesame Street. Muppets, on the other hand, I would go insane for a NECA Muppets line. But yeah, let me know if you guys are into this kind of thing. I did want to go. I haven't looked through these pictures because this was after I got everything ready again. So I don't know what we've got as far as accessories are concerned, but we do have the letter C. Oh, look at that. That's quite a bit, actually, that old Ernie comes with. Huh. All right, NECA, I see. I see what's going on. So basically, anybody that is a Muppets fan has a pretty darn good-looking Ernie here. And I can only, or I'm sorry, a Sesame Street fan. Never, ever, Dave, that's terrible. Never get Sesame Street confused with a real show such as Muppets. Okay, and then we're going to go through and check out Ernie. Oh no, I feel like I could do a good Ernie impression. I just don't know what he says. Yeah, he comes with a pigeon. Yay. All right, and the letter A. Now, I will say this, when it comes to Sesame Street, there are 3 characters that are totally acceptable, but I would mix them up with my Muppets collection. They are the Count, and he's supposedly coming along with these guys as well so far. Cookie Monster and Oscar the Grouch. Everybody else, they got to go. But those 3 are totally acceptable. Now, let's go check out the chat and see how many people are shaking their heads at me. Nolan, what's going on, man? Thank you for stopping by. Ba, ba, ba. Nice mythic figure, but nope. Spent way too much already. Harry, I feel your pain, man. It does look cool, and I do think it's cool that they made a figure to celebrate the 25th anniversary of BBTS. Sesame Street was educational and made too childish. Muppets were more energetic, so I also liked Muppets over Sesame. That's my man. Good job, Ghost Tab. That's what I like to hear. And honestly, like I tried to think about it because I'm like, they were the same people. What's up? But I always liked goofiness more than ultra seriousness, I think. And the Muppets were just straight up more fun. Sesame is fire. We like what we like. No worries, Dave. Love it all. Skew Raider, I'm glad you dig it, man. Are you going to be picking these up? And honestly, like for people that love Sesame Street, that's got to be. Tell me if that's a decent spread of accessories, or if you think Bert and Ernie are missing something. Not excited for Bert and Ernie, but I would totally get Grover and Cookie Monster. I never really got into Grover, but as you heard earlier, Cookie Monster, oh, he is key. Although Grover, I can see Grover over most of the others now that you say that. And Cookie Monster should totally have come with the letter C. C is for cookie. That's true. That's true. With some chocolate chips in it, maybe. No love for Grover. I don't know enough about Grover. Like those three were the ones that caught me where I'm going, okay, those are pretty sweet. Those guys are funny. I'm sure there would be some meme pics made for Bert and Ernie, but personally, not for me for sure. Maybe Oscar the Grouch would be a fun fig. There it is. Yes. See, I knew it. I knew it. There are other sick people like me. Goes to have Count, Swedish Chef, Cookie Monster, Oscar, movie critics, and Beaker were the only acceptable Sesame characters. Now, hang on. Swedish Chef, wasn't he Muppets? Bork, bork, bork. Okay. Now, Cookie Monster and Oscar, yes. The movie critics were totally Muppets. Those guys, Statler and Waldorf, hilarious. They're probably why I've always dug the old curmudgeon character in movies. Like in Transformers, the movie, my favorite character was Cup. Seriously. Yeah. Everybody else was like, Hot Rod. I'm going, what? Why? He killed Optimus. Give me Cup. Anyway, Beaker is also acceptable, as is the Professor. Honeycutt, I believe, or Honeydew. Professor Honeydew. Hello there, Mr. Elliman. These Sesame Street NECA figures look cool, man. Very tempting. So I'll ask, guys. Now, I just asked a minute ago, but let me know. Is there anything else you would like to see come with these? Because to me, they look like they come with quite a lot. Sesame was about learning. I didn't learn crap. Well, you know, with Muppets. Maybe that's why I preferred them. You know, maybe that was it. We were all reading really early, and we were going to school for learning. Now we just want to shut off our brains and just have fun. I still find myself being that way. Muppet Show was wild. Understandable, it was a fave. Muppet Show was crazy. Work. Super Grover. Oh, Harry. Yeah, busting out Super Grover. The cape and the big metal. Was that a bowl on his head? I don't remember. A Super Grover would be cool. Nolan, Super Grover was the best. Oh, man. You guys are going to make me, like, they're going to come out with a Super Grover, and I'm going to end up with a Super Grover. This is the sickness that we all share. I got them mixed up. I only remember the main cast of Muppets and Sesame. Got it, Ghost Tab. No worries, man. No worries. I just knew, like, again, the old guy characters, Statler and Waldorf, I thought were hilarious. And I had the old Palisades ones and sold them, and it crushes me that I did that. Kermit was both Sesame Street and Muppets. Yes, but he was the leader of Sesame Street. So I'm going to give him Sesame Street. Besides, you know, Jim Henson, the leader of Muppets. Sesame Street play set. Is that, did they announce that? The accessories look good. Not sure what else would be needed. Maybe oatmeal for Bert, but he comes with a good deal already. Got it, Eric. Thank you. Because I don't know Bert and Ernie so well. Let's see. Funny note, I wasn't really into reading early. Still not super into Sesame Street. I like it, John. I like it. Like, it was the only thing I could come up with. Like, everybody seemed to love Sesame Street, and I didn't at all, and I didn't get why. Would the count come with a letter or a number? Oh, he'd have to come with 3 numbers, 1, 2, and 3. Oh. I don't know. What would he come with? He's got to be numbers. Let's see. Super Grover is a must, Dave. All right. I got you. I would buy the Muppets in space. That was good stuff. Maybe the 70s were just awesome when it comes to entertainment, like the 70s and 80s. If they do a loaf of bread, let's see, a container of milk and a stick of butter set to priceless. Oh man, container of milk, stick of butter. What would that be for? Would that be for Bert and Ernie, or is that just general Muppets? All right. Let's get out of the Muppets. Great googly moogly. And we'll go back here because you knew I was going to get to these. Ladies and gentlemen, who out there has been picking up the boys? Because these guys are finally up for pre-order. We have A-Train, who I know I showed some pictures last week, but this is the full solicitation, so we get all the pictures now. And I'm not, I love all things Mafex. One day I will have a fully complete Mafex collection. So I'm looking at this as something I'll have in the future. And I think it looks good. And I would take something like this because I watched series 1 and 2 of The Boys. I still got to watch 3 and 4. I would take something like this and, I don't know, just have a bunch of blood effects around him for, when he runs through people. But it's been so long since I've seen any episodes of The Boys, I don't know how good the likeness is. So here's the likeness. What's everybody that's been watching it think? And then, of course, he comes with a bag. I think those are Compound V. So he must come with a bunch of hands. I mean, it's Mafex. I'm sure he comes with a bunch of hands and a stand. Harry, those Sesame characters would be great in front of the NECA cartoon street scene display. That's true. They might do something. Can you imagine NECA doing something like that and having like a little street sign on the corner that has Sesame Street there on the corner, like on the corner, but like just posted in, like they drill a little hole or something there. That'd be kind of funny, and that's the only way you get the big elephant guy. Or, oh, that would be mean. That's the only way you get Big Bird. Oh, that's not nice. Someone on Twitter asked my favorite vampire. I posted a picture of the Count. He said that he doesn't count. I responded, I can assure you he does. Well done, John. Well played. Of course he counts. It was a cartoon on Sesame. Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you, Skew. For the loaf of butter, or the loaf of bread, the butter, the milk. If NECA does Sesame and Muppets, I would spend an entire paycheck to buy a Civil War diorama. Okay, hold on now. Now I'm thinking here. Now I'm thinking that would be entertaining. Just like give the Muppets and the Sesame Street characters, like this would be somebody for a massive NECA collection, like that has just a bunch of the horror figures, right? So you give them all like a bunch of the knives and scythes and guns and all that stuff from the horror collection, and you put those in the hands of the Muppets and the Sesame Street characters, and you just start going nuts with dios. Of course, you also have to buy blood effects. Oh, good Lord, we would scar many a child with such photos, but it would be hilarious. I would love a Muppets versus Sesame Street Civil War scene. Somebody needs to do this. Boys season 3 was amazing, but season 4 got super preachy, so this is a pass for me. I remember it might have been you that was saying that, Ghost Tav. I remembered somebody was. I'd have a hard time not finishing it out, even though there's several things that I haven't finished. Let's see, that tube A train is holding is probably something he got from Titty's party. That boy ain't right. I haven't watched the most recent season, but here it is awesome. I started season 3 and I gotta go back and totally rewatch. Big goggles, but looks pretty close to the actor there. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's been a while, so I just don't know. See, Mafex needs to do the boys milk squirt action figure. Oh, I don't know that Mafex would get into such things. The Musk will work too. Sesame Net's TMNT Oscar is Trash Talk Sensei. Sesame meets TMNT. Oscar is Trash Talk Sensei. Oscar and Splinter become like great friends. Oh, good Lord. We're basically building a NECA universe. This is what would get me into buying Sesame Street figures, is this kind of twisted thinking. Good job, everybody. Let's see. Muppets don't use weapons since they would have their hands in the air as they are running. Oscar is the only one using a trash can lid as a shield. I mean, there is that, I suppose. But that's only as they're running. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe. I think there's something there, man. All right, so that was A Train. And now I know we talked about this guy a little bit last week too, but I get stoked with the Mafex figures. You guys know this. So we now have X-Man. And he's another AOA figure. He looks the part. I'm tempted to go back and get that Magneto and then the Cyclops and the Weapon X and the X-Man. But I've still got catching up to do on the stuff that I'm doing for my own stuff. Like, I've still got to get Poison Ivy and I've got to get Phoenix. And then I'm going to have to get Daredevil. And then I'm going to have to get Riddler and Scarecrow. And all that stuff's going to happen as Toypixx grows. Which, by the way, I don't know if you guys know, if you've noticed, Toypixx is growing insane on X. Other places, not quite as much, but X. I had like 24% growth in the last month, which I'm basically going to have to just get up at 5 every day so I can keep up with everything I need to do. Look at that. That is sweet. I do like the effects on this guy. He has a more anime style look than some of the others, but then AOA, I think, did Joe Mad do a bunch of AOA, or am I totally misremembering? Because he himself had quite the anime style. See, yeah, it's so much better than the Marvel Legends version. Well, the AOA, wasn't AOA just kind of bad overall from Legends? I don't care for Nate Gray, but that figure looks amazing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if it's basically, I would be a Mafex shill. I see stuff, I'm like, whoa, Mafex shiny. Congrats on the growth, Dave. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. The only thing that's hard about it is it's just me. And so trying to get this stuff to grow like mad is, after a while you're just going, can I just stop typing for just a minute? But it's awesome. And one of my favorite parts about the fact that it is growing is getting to talk to just everybody. So many people are into this stuff that it's awesome. And you don't really get a sense for how many people really are into it until you're running an account like that. And then you go over to, like, I've got, what is it, 24 something, 2,400 some people, almost 2,500 on the X. But you go over to Praeternia and he's like in the mid 40,000s, and you're going, holy geez, that's a lot of people, man. And then you go over to Shartimus on YouTube and you're just shaking your head. That's amazing. Yeah, I got mainly prawn bots following me on X. Not cool, man. Not cool. I've somehow managed to avoid those for the most part. I'm sure that I've got some on there, but I think what it is I'm cool to, like, people post photos and then I'm going, all right, this person's cool and all that, and they end up following. Like, if they're actually posting photos of action figures, I can be pretty sure they're legit. So I'm lucky in that way. Ironic. Hey, all. How's everyone doing tonight? I am fantabulous, sir. How are you doing? And thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Okay, so we got through them. Now, the next thing I wanted to check out was, I've actually got some stuff called up. I just didn't have tons of time to grab the pictures, as it seems to be a big time theme. I don't know anything about Nosferatu Zodd, but many of you seem to know a little bit about Berserk. So tell me, let's see here. Let's get out of here. Make sure I don't hose you guys. I think it was the last live stream where suddenly people are like, you're not on the same page as we are. Nosferatu Zodd here. He looks incredible, and it's huge. He's from Berserk, and now I've told you everything I know about the character. He's big, he has sharp stuff. He looks like basically what Berserk's Conan would look like, maybe, I don't know. And then that's the main Berserk guy. Like, why can't I remember his name? I know that he wasn't reviewed very well. So then you kind of wonder, do you really get into the Berserk line if the main guys didn't do a great job, like if they weren't put together too well? But what do you guys know about Nosferatu Zodd? Because it looks really cool. And I'm not sure, has SHF ever done cloth goods like this? I know they've done capes, but this is like Grizzlor style almost. That's right, I busted out Grizzlor. I know a little bit about He-Man, basically because the Evil Horde is awesome. Evil Horde is the best part of He-Man, except maybe Skeletor. Ghost have. We're all good. What? Must push buttons. Ah! Uh-oh. Computer's hating on me already. What's up, Photo Dave? Going to have to catch the replay today. Just stopping by to say hi, Lord Galvatron 80. Thank you, sir. No problem. Catch the replay. Enjoy. Have fun. Ghost Tab Berserk is an all-time famous manga. I know that much. Like, people have talked about, well, I shouldn't say that. I was thinking anime. Now I'm hearing manga. But I know that it's popular. I just don't know anything about it. Yeah, it looks nuts. Ghost Tab, Immortal Zodd is a rival of the main character. He's helped and fought against the main character, Guts. Guts, that's the name. Okay. So is he a villain, or is he more anti-hero style? Nosferatu Zodd has a human version and a demon version, which looks like Minotaur with demon wings. Oh man, you kind of make him sound like I should get him, just because that sounds crazy. Yeah, Nosferatu Zodd is a beast. His monster form is even hotter. A little fire. Looks like BBTS is having a 25th anniversary sale, a surprise each day. I didn't notice that. We did go over and we were looking at the 25th anniversary figure that Four Horsemen had designed for them. So we might go back and check that out after we get through some of these. Berserk is a continuing manga and has two anime versions, a great one and a CG version that looks like Nightmare Fuel. Yeah, but I mean, if this guy does what everybody says he does, isn't Nightmare Fuel pretty much perfect? KJ Smith, can't wait for Zodd. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, he looks like a beast. Like, he looks really cool. I just don't know anything. I know some things. I just don't know anything about him. All right, so the next thing to chat about here, let me grab my notes. And by notes, I mean my open window here, is going to head over to, I want to find, now, did you guys see Frankenstein's creature from the Four Horsemen? It looks like he might be sold out, which sucks, but he's good stuff. And give me just a sec and I will get you to this window. For whatever reason, by the way, A-Team is in my head. All right, we've got Frankenstein's creature, they call this one, instead of Frankenstein's monster. Comes loaded with all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I mean, he's got the table, he's got all the equipment up there. Like, I mean, this guy can get operated on. And he looks very cool, but like I said, I think he's pretty much sold out, which, again, sucks. But he was good to go until I checked earlier today. Like, he lasted most of yesterday. But you gotta love the shots they took of him. Is anybody into the figura obscura stuff from Four Horsemen? I know the one that I missed that I would have liked to have gotten and I just didn't was the Headless Horseman. I thought he was really cool. Let me head back, catch up, see what the people are chatting about. Ghost Tab, Berserk Demon Form is the most famous one. If Figuarts makes one, it will sell out day one. Oh boy. And Figuarts is probably thinking the same thing. And they're like, yeah, we would be silly not to do this. BBTS sale looks like they bought stock from Ollie's. Oh no. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants that sale. That's sadness right there. Frankenstein is fire. He looks pretty awesome. See, Berserk is one of the greatest things ever. Oh no. I mean, that pretty much sells me on needing to check it out anyway. Snag Frankenstein. He looks wicked. Nice, ironic. Good to hear. Good to hear, man. Let's see. Dig all the accessories. Yep. That's the thing, that as I'm looking at it, I'm going, well, he probably doesn't have very great elbow range, but He's kind of like NECA. NECA doesn't have great articulation, and Four Horsemen don't really have great articulation, but with all the extra stuff and the paint apps, once in a while, the head wants to make exceptions to the rule. Makes me sad. Exceptions to the guidelines. My apologies. Remember, Rev Van Ramen. Oh, Rev Van Ramen ends this month. Speaking of A-Team. Ah, okay. And we did put in, like, BBTS does have the Vans up for pre-order as well. So that was something I should have talked about while I was there. But it's got, let's see, I can't remember the name of, I think it's the Raider is the one that looks most like the A-Team van, and then they've got a black van and a white van. Early bird. Oh, the early bird. Gotcha, Skew. I appreciate it. I need to pay more attention to what's going on over there. Frankenstein looks really good. I should have got two. It's a totally different kind of take on him too, which is always a welcome kind of addition. I think that's always cool. Hello, Miss Cogsmith. What's going on? We are talking Berserk and the Frankenstein creature from the Four Horsemen. Let's see, went all in on the creature, bought a couple mythic figures also. Nice, Harry. Now I know why you can't get the Sesame Street stuff. Or, no, wait. That was when we were talking about the 25th anniversary figure, I think. The Four Horsemen figures look like an easy figure to repaint. Frankenstein's monster could easily come in green, gray, and other. Oh, that thing in gray. Unless they could do a really muted green, and that would look really cool too. But like just a less saturated color at all would look cool. Had the Headless Horseman. He was my first great figure. Had the second version though. Gotcha, Nolan. Gotcha. That's all right, man. I mean, I thought that one was really cool. That was the one mythic figure that I missed out on where I was kind of like, or the one Four Horseman figure where I thought I should have jumped on that. I didn't see Star Wars figures in BBTS sales, so they're not that desperate. That does seem to be, and I shouldn't say this, I've only been to Ollie's once, but it seems like a lot of the figures that were there were the Star Wars ones. They had some Legends, but overall, it was Star Wars. Grizzlehorn, what's going on? The Headless Horseman was my first Marvel Legend ever. Love that figure and horse. Marvel Legend. Sorry, man. ML totally has me on Legends. Mythic Legions. Got it. Yeah, that thing looks awesome. That's the one where I'm like, oh, I should have jumped on that. Especially, I like Halloween stuff, and for whatever reason, I've always thought the Headless Horseman was cool. Raider is the black one, Punisher-looking one. Recoil is A-Team homage. Got it. I wonder if BBTS doesn't have them both, and it just has the one. Oh, no. Come on now, StreamYard? Come on now, StreamYard. Don't be like this. Guys, it's not letting me push the button to go. Okay, hold on. Whew. Okay. It was taking a little bit to read. StreamYard's hating already. Have to wait for Frankenstein to show up at E-Collectibles. Gets too expensive ordering from Four Horsemen to Canada. Oh, yeah, I bet it does. All this stuff to go to Canada sounds like it's quite a bit. But if you've got another way to get it with something like E-Collectibles, that's pretty rad too. Grizzlehorn, that's what drew me to it. Love Halloween and the, let's see, Ichabod Crane story. Yep. Yeah. That was the thing, man. BBTS just has Raider for now. That's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. I knew there were 3 vans. So I've got to check up on all that stuff. Okay. See if I can make this thing so it doesn't hate me quite so much when I push buttons. All right, so we saw Frankenstein. I'm going through my little notes here. And now let us go. And I think a lot of this stuff we probably chatted about a little bit already. But with full-on solicitation picks, now we have a better idea of what all they come with and all that good stuff. So here we go with Bill Rizer from Contra. I have to say, guys, I think they look good, but these are nowhere near must-haves for me. Is anybody watching this that is thinking, I need Contra figures? I mean, I love all the accessories. Like, I would possibly, probably not, but if I were to get this, it would more likely be for the blast effects and the big boom accessory and all that stuff than it would be for anything else. So I'm just curious. Who's into these guys? Because I don't want, like, I don't have interest in this really, but I don't want other people to miss out on getting a more complete line. It's just, I'm curious about what the real interest is in a line like this. And then here is Lance Bean. I remember playing a lot. I don't remember the guys' names at all. And of course, I only remember playing because I had the Konami code. Again, another one where I would go crazy for the blast effects, but the figure itself, it's fine. I mean, I don't think the figure looks bad. I just don't have, it's kind of like Motu. I grew up with Motu. I grew up some playing Contra and all that. And for whatever reason, it didn't grab me like crazy like G.I. Joe did and Star Wars and Transformers and all that. So I don't have this pull that I need to go and grab these figures. But that, I hope that's just me for the people that really want them. So let me head back to the chat, see what we've got going on here. If it shows, there we go. BBTS still has the Headless Horseman. It's not the original, more subtle version, but it's better than nothing. This is true. This is true. I like the thing that sold me on the first version though really was the colors. Oh boy, guys. Okay, I might do, once in a while, things start running a little slow here, so I might start reading some of these chats off. BBTS also has black and white simple ones too. I did see those. As far as the Vans, you mean? Uh-oh. You know what we might do? All right, has everybody that's been watching this, have you read everything going on in the scroll? Because what I might do is shut that down in hopes that this goes a little faster. In fact, I'm just going to shut it down. And we'll hope now that things kind of move how they're supposed to. There we go. Cheat code Dave, 100 lives, always fun. I think, I don't know, not to get technical on you, Skew. I think it always said 99. But I could be wrong. But you're right. I mean, if you lost all 99, you'd still have way more to go. Oh man, even turning down the scroll, it's kind of hating on me a little bit. Let's see, I have good memories playing with a friend. That's awesome. That's rad. There we go. Now maybe it's picking back up. Nolan, love the game, but have no interest in the figures. That's where I'm at. And again, it's not that they look bad. They just don't have that pull to me like other brands do. I loved Contra, but I wouldn't pick up the figs. They're cool, but I didn't care about the guys that much. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, we play. I didn't even know the guys' names. It was just, hey, here's Contra. Now I'm going to be able to shoot a lot of things. I'm on the same mind. I would only get the Contra figure for the blast effect and weapons for my Muppet versus Sesame War diorama. Now I need NECA to make, oh man. And Fraggle Rock, don't get me started, man. Fraggle Rock would just get stomped by both factions. Let's see, cool to have from the era. Goes well with classified and action force. That's true. That's true. Although I'm looking at them, they might be a little more stylized proportionally. Maybe just a touch. We'd see. I need to pick up some more action force too. Woohoo! I finally had something go my way. I might be able to pick up the van. Nice, John. Which van are you after? I mean, I'm going to assume it's the A-Team van, but who knows? Could be the Raider. Articulate the like button, Harry. I appreciate it. Be gentle, be nice, because you want the like button there again for the next time you join a live stream. It was 99. I'm all about those technicalities. I want these figs, but I'm waiting for a review. That totally makes sense, Grizzlehorn. I will say the Rambo reviews have all been glowing, like overwhelmingly positive. So I'm thinking Haya will do a good job on these, but I'm with you when it comes to a lot of this stuff. I want to hear about it before I make a decision to pick it up. See, life 0 counts. That's fair. That's fair. Didn't it always, I can't remember, didn't it always stay at 99 though? Awesome. Van is awesome. Ghost Tab, I'm not impressed with Haya. They have a bad release to pre-order ratio. Oh. As in it takes them, like they load up on pre-orders and then slowly trickle things out while they're still loading up on pre-orders. Is that what you're talking about? Sweet. Super sweet. Skew, just need a milk carton. Mr. T is ready. I'm ready to fool. That's true. If you get the wrestling figures, you've got your BA. I do love my Rambo. There you go, John. I'm talking you into your Contra figures now. Ghost Tab, I'm still waiting on the Haya RoboCop figure. Oh, okay, okay. That one was pre-ordered a while back, wasn't it? Or did that one ever go up for pre-order and it was just announced? John, I have the idea to do a bunch of silly A-teams with random figures. That will be cool. Can't wait to see those in the photo threads. I am make some damn fine Godzilla figures. I haven't messed with anything Godzilla. I don't think I've ever had, from being a kid to now, I don't think I've ever had a Godzilla figure. I know. You all know. Bad nerd. Now, we got Billy. We of course got to talk about this guy here. Who here has gone just absolutely nuts with basically anything Jada? Because just like I want to go absolutely nuts with anything Mafex, I also want to go absolutely nuts with anything Jada. Like, Jada puts their name on it, I want to pick it up because I just love the work that they do. Like, this is what I want out of classified. Now, I don't mean, I know Guile has that look that makes him look like he could maybe, well, not really, but continue to try to fit in with the classified figures. But he's got the extra head, he's got the extra hands, there's the stand and there's the weapon, and it's standard. Now, I don't need classified to have an extra head. It would be nice, but I don't need that. If they had the extra hands and a couple extra weapons and all that stuff, that'd be perfect for me. But what I love about what Jada does is, you know, when you pick up a Jada figure, you are getting an extra head you're getting extra hands, and you're getting power effects. Like, that's just standard. And that's what I want to see from G.I. Joe, is just a standard like that. But Guile, ooh, he's very guileable. Sometimes that's when I say things like that, and I think, you know, Dave, you should think a little more before you do the speaking thing. But yeah, I like this a lot. I think it's got a great look. I love, like I say, I love the spread that these things come with. Let's see here. Let's see how good this. That is perfection, ladies and gentlemen. That is fantabulous. John, I love Jada Figs, but I had to scale back when I lost my job. I'll try and pick the ones I missed as I get the chance. That's basically where I'm at as well, John. Let's see, I've gotten the Street Fighter figures. I got Ryu, I got Evil Ryu, I got Chun-Li, and I got Fei Long. So clearly I'm quite a bit behind, but I want to start catching up a little bit. But like you, I've got to hold off for a little bit before I can do that. Monster Arts and Haya is the only high-end Godzilla. Monster Arts, that's basically, that's Bandai, right? That's basically SHF, but for Godzilla. All right, let's get Guile out of here, and let's see what was next on the old list. Oh, hang on. Let's see what I can knock out here, and then we'll head back to the other side. Let's get this one, and I think we talked about this a little bit. Oh, I hate when that happens. I want so badly for McFarlane to make figures that I really want to pick up. Like, even if they're 7-inch scale, which is not a superhero scale, it's basically anti-consumer. I'm kidding, kind of. But yeah, like, I've heard the arguments that a lot of things are becoming 7-inch scale and all that right now. Not if you look at imports. Like, and the 7-inch stuff is more mid-range to more, it's like $35 to $40 figures if we're talking NECA. It's a little more than that if we're talking something more like Mythic Legions and all that. Like, I can see, or you've got Masterverse, which is the same price basically as DC Multiverse, but its articulation isn't quite as good. Although Multiverse's stuff, it's not great. It should be better than it is because it's got all the points. It just isn't engineered all that well. So what I would love to see, one, I know will never happen. I would love to see Todd decide, you know what, I'm taking on Marvel Legends and we're going that scale. That'll never happen. But what I would love to see is, just like how Jada is very consistent with what they're doing and consistently good, I would love to see that from McFarlane. I want consistency. I want everything to come with extra hands, with weapons, and I just want their engineering to be really good. Like this one, he comes with the extras. I'm a fan. But Ace doesn't move at all. I think you guys pointed that out way back when. Way back when is in last week. The Batarang is the same color as his gloves. Like, they mold the base in black. You'd think they could, I don't know. I do like the McFarlane's getting wired capes going. But I want his figures to be as good as his art was. And they're just not. And it drives me crazy. So I want McFarlane to be stuff that I need to get. But they're just not pulling it off for me, and it's driving me crazy. This guy, however, does technically fit the definition of a photogenic figure for me. It's just when it comes to DC Multiverse, I have to wait for reviews so that I know how well it actually moves. Even though the points are there, the points generally aren't engineered all that well. Drives me crazy. I got the Batman 66 figure. Now, I will say every shot I've seen of the Batman 66 figure has me thinking, okay, that's pretty cool. They did a good job with that. Nathaniel Avery, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping in. My wallet loves McFarlane. I'm not going to buy figures that don't fit in the collection. I understand that. That's true. That's true. And that's where I'm stuck with McFarlane as well, is that stuff just, it's too big for my collection. So I'm stuck there, and then I'm a picky putz. But the wallet definitely would be a fan of things like McFarlane and Jada and G.I. Joe Classified, all that stuff. Doggo Fig that's not posable, that's travesty. I concur. I concur, John. I wouldn't even mind like the way that they have the deluxe figures for Classified, the way that they've got those priced up when they come with dogs and all that. I wouldn't mind if they do that with Ace. But I don't know. I don't know. Now, again, though, maybe I shouldn't be the guy that talks so much about multiverse because I don't even get it. Like I'll show you the one. There was hang on. One of these, I told you guys I couldn't sell. Well, I told you way back when. Most of you might not have been here. I told you I had a DC Multiverse figure I was trying to sell and I couldn't sell it. By the way, check this out. Batman 66 here looks like he is still available for a pre-order. So if you guys missed out on him, there you go. Okay. Anyway, I told you I had one that I just can't get rid of. It is the first version of this Batman. Nobody wants that first Page Puncher's Batman. And I mean, I knocked his price down to $5 plus shipping, and people are like, nope. And at that point, it's not worth my time to drive to the post office, you know? He comes with hands. That's good. And I don't know. I think this cape's wired. Yeah. So that's cool. But here's the problem with this, right? See how his torso is molded there? Like above the, like right here. See these little spikes coming down the way they did that? He can't bend forward at all. Like it might as well be a statue in the torso area. And that drives me crazy with the one I've got. That's one of the reasons I decided to try and sell him. I bought him because I was thinking, okay, I'm giving McFarlane another chance. And then I couldn't get rid of him. But yeah, that drives me nuts when I can't articulate a figure. And it's got the points. Like it should be engineered well enough so I can articulate it there. But it just wasn't sculpted correctly. Now, let's get out of here. And then what was next? I just have a few more. There really wasn't a lot when it came to photogenic figures this week. We do have, and this one kind of showed up a little late, all things considered, such as when things like movies come out. But the Mezco Deadpool showed up. And now for me, I think I told you guys, I think I made the decision to, if I see Rumble Society figures that come out that I think look pretty cool, that's what I would get. But I don't hate this Deadpool. I will say, I think the more I look at it, his head, it might be just an optical illusion because he's totally covered in red, but his head looks like it's a little large, but maybe not. I do enjoy the look. Yeah, see, his head doesn't look so large there, does it? But yeah, I'm not sure. When you guys get Mezco stuff, do you just get a lot of Mezco stuff in general? Or do you stick to, say, like I know some of you will get G.I. Joe figures. So do you tend to stick to one specific brand? Or do you kind of jump all over the place? because I do think this looks good. It's just I would rather get, say, I would rather Mafex reissued their Deadpool or just came out with another Deadpool. And I'm sure they'll come out with a movie Deadpool at some point, probably another year or two down the line. I'm sitting here saying, yeah, Mezco's a little late to the draw. We all know Mafex might have one of these in 2 or 3 years. But that's disgusting, so I thought I'd stop there on that pick. John, I've only gotten Destro. He was on sale. I'd grab whatever, but I look for sales. Okay, got you, John. I get it. Okay, okay. Oh, StreamYard, why do you hate me? La 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 la. I'm just gonna sit here now and push the button. There it is. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard tonight. There's a lot of hate though. It is it probably got mad at me for talking about McFarlane figures like I did. It's like, you don't know things, Dave. You don't know. I'd probably get the SHF version, or if Mafex eventually does the movie. Yeah, I'm thinking, I mean, I'm confident Mafex will do Wolverine and Deadpool from that movie. So I'm not a movie guy, but like I said, I do want to end up with all the Mafex figures. So I'd wait. For me, anyway. I'm gonna hold off on that. I do think the SHF ones look really good though. It's just usually by the time, so SHF comes out and the figures are all really good, but then Mafex comes out and almost all the reviews that have Mafex versus SHF, nearly all of them beat the SHF one. The only exception I've seen recently is Ahsoka because of the face. The SHF face was apparently really good compared to the Mafex face. I'd still probably get the Mafex one because I'm that guy. But if I ever could, I'd also get the SHF one and do a head swap because I'm also that guy. So there was Deadpool. We've got I don't even need to look. I remember this next one because I think this thing is awesome. I've told you in the past, I don't know my horror. I don't know Universal Monsters. I don't know Hammer Films. But I want to start based solely on how good NECA's figures are. I want to start a NECA horror collection. And I really like this Dracula. This Dracula and the Vincent Price that they're doing, I would probably start my horror collection with those and possibly add in the Beetlejuice just for fun. And then I'd have my massive horror collection so that when NECA eventually makes Muppets and then the Sesame Street characters, they've got all the weapons they need to destroy each other. And by destroy each other, I mean all of Sesame Street would be decimated. But yeah, I really like the look of this. Like, that is freaky. Freaky awesome. Oops. The zoom, I got too high. Count Dooku himself. But yeah, I think I'm really a big fan of this. I don't know about everybody else. Who knows? Who all's digging your horror figures? Let's see, love the Hammer movie. See, that's the thing. I gotta see those. I gotta watch Universal Monsters. I gotta watch the Hammer flicks. There's so much I gotta do. That Vincent Price figure looks so good. He does, man. He looks perfect. And that's what it was, honestly. Like, I saw this and thought this was cool. I can't say that. I don't know which one was revealed first, but when I saw Vincent Price, that's like the horror guy. When I saw that, I'm just going, all right. This is like NECA said, it's okay, Dave. You now have permission to do all this. So get on it. So yeah, he's cool. And I think this thing looks fantastic. The horror figs are cool. I definitely consider them as I'm looking for figs. Yeah. That's the thing too. Like, I will go, so I'll be in Target and I'll go to the NECA section. Not my Target. It has to be another Target because my Target, the NECA section might be 3 or 4 feet wide, but I'll go to a better Target and I can just sit there knowing absolutely nothing about any of those characters and just open the flaps and check out how cool they are. It's amazing the work they do on those horror figures. And I think that's pretty much it from here. Yeah, okay, let's go back to BBTS here because I totally forgot about a little something that our people, these are our people, gang. They know us, they love us. I forgot all about the amazing Yamaguchi Juri. I don't know why I did such things. It seems silly. But yeah, I mean, I don't know much. I will say this, what Amazing Yamaguchi is doing lately when it comes to the form of what their figures are, the fact that they figured out function as well as they have, and now they're merging form with it. Their stuff, after a while, it's going to be tough for me because it might be unbeatable. And I love Mafex, but the way that they're engineering these things and the way that they're making them look so good is really difficult for me to look at and go, no, 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 I'm going to stick with Mafex. But I think what's going to eventually end up happening is I'll end up having to get figures from both lines. And maybe kind of like how I'm thinking Mezco, I'll get their Rumble Society. Maybe when it comes to Amazing Yamaguchi, maybe their anime stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Because then what do I do with SHF? So many decisions to be made, but I love the effects they come with. Like, check that out. The way these things move is ridiculous. I mean, I can make my Mafex figures do some pretty incredible things, but I can't make them do that. That's nuts. The way that she can bend her back like that. Like, I'm looking at it right now, trying to see if I really could get a Mafex figure to do that. Spidey would come close. I think Spidey's probably the only one that would come close. And Mafex doesn't do as well with their female figures as they do with their male figures when it comes to articulation. Breaks my heart to say it, but it is true. The only area that Amazing Yamaguchi could improve on potentially are the shoulders. But the shoulders don't even look as bad as they have on here. So yeah, I think we're looking at something pretty special here, gang. Like, we can see her shoulders there. They don't look like they're gonna be all that messed up. Maybe if you lift her arm, you'll see a big ball under there. But yeah, they're killing it. And LBZ, when he takes pictures of these Yamaguchi figures, I'm just sitting there going, oh, I kind of need them. Harry, Amazing Yamaguchi is short, Dave. I know. And I've seen some where they are. Basically, Amazing Yamaguchi is definitely going to just be its own line because they're also insanely stylistically different than anything else when you see them standing side by side to say a Mafex or an SHF figure. So I know that if I jumped in on Amazing Yamaguchi, it'd just have to be its own thing. So maybe what I need to consider is less which types of figures and maybe just an Amazing Yamaguchi universe all on its own. But my thought is, I don't know. I'm wondering how streamlined they can get with it. But we'll see. Like, I've seen most of the reviews I've seen do have them just a hair short. There was one I saw that had one about the right height. So they're close, but they're definitely not perfect. But the fact that they move as well as they do, I mean, I'm kind of an articulation snob. And these things can articulate. So I don't know. I don't know what to do there. And then the last thing I've got to talk about, unless you guys have other stuff, are the vans. We've got the Raider. And hold on, I clicked on that really fast. We've got 160 bucks from BBTS. Who knows what the price is right now on Ramen Toys website? I have to think it's a little cheaper, but I'm not 100% sure. I should have looked at that before I came here. But this thing, the way, like when we get to the white van, they show how it works. And it's ridiculous what all this thing can do. And I love the add-ons. Ooh. Like this is the kind of stuff that eventually I'll just be like, yep, need a van army. Actually, I need a Batmobile army before a van army. But here we go in just a minute. And I love this. It's got that panel van look. It's got kind of that, come here, kids, have some, well, you know. I've actually got a friend with a white van that doesn't have any windows in the back because what he does is he hauls a lot of equipment. But of course, there's a whole lot of jokes that we fire his way. Come on, white van, you're the one that shows. Look at everything that opens. You've got the sliding door on the right or on the side there. You've got the opening doors in the back. You've got the opening on the right side, the passenger side door, driver's side door. I mean, this thing actually works. It actually functions like a van. Which I find supremely cool. And then we will go to the black one, which is basically just the white one, except it's in black. And they don't show, like they showed this a little bit, but I think they showed it a lot clearer, probably just because the van was white. They showed what all it can do a lot clearer in those pictures. I don't know. These are pretty clear. But yeah, these are pretty good. And the white and black vans are 145. Yeah, Amazing Yamaguchi scaling is weird. Supergirl is as tall as Mafex Winter Soldier. I do put up comparison pics for different lines on my IG from time to time. I gotta be on IG more so I can see more of those. I didn't know she was as tall as she is. See, 125 was the A-Team one. Oh, wow. So 125. So BBTS is getting a pretty healthy markup here. I mean, these are probably good size items to have shipped, but oof. 99 to 110 early bird for the vans. Thanks, LBZ. I appreciate it. That's insane. Definitely want to go early bird if you guys are thinking of grabbing these vans. Raider was 110. Okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. 125 for the A-Team. Wow. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's a saving. Harry, that white van needs a free candy decal. I was gonna go there as I was trying to search the whole, going through my brain for the words, and I was like, no, because I can't formulate the joke properly. That formulated the joke properly. Well played, Harry. Come here, kid. Everything I was thinking was gonna just come off as creepy. Like I was sitting there going, hello, little Johnny, would you like a lollipop? I don't know. That's horrible. That's horrible in so many ways. Thanks, Nolan. I appreciate it. Need to see a figure in the van. That would be good. Has anyone seen photos of, because I knew they were coming out, but I haven't paid enough attention, of like the tanks and everything that Ramen made with some classified figures in them? Do they look like they fit pretty well? Because I have not seen those, but I also haven't looked for them. Shipping would be the big difference, I guess. It was like 48 bucks. Was it 48 from Ramen Toys as well? Because Ramen seems to try and keep the shipping cost down. It's liquid below zero with a zero instead of an O at the end. I think that's right, isn't it? I was thinking your Twitter handle too. Wow. Okay. So I guess it's not so bad from BBTS. But yeah, guys, definitely check out LBZ's Twitter stuff. What he's got going there, what he's got going on IG, take some pretty sweet shots. Woohoo! I got it right. I think on the Ramen IG page, they have pictures with the van and figures. Ooh, awesome, Nolan. Might go check that out here. Mr. Manson's friends saw them at Joe Fest. They scale perfectly. Classified, Vala, Marvel, awesome. So that's got to mean the vans work too, I would think. I sent you a bunch of scale posts from different lines. Awesome, sir. I appreciate it. Let's go into, let's see. Let me go to Instagram. If I can remember all the password stuff and all that. Because why would I actually just, stay on? Oh, wait. Okay. We do have login stuff. So let's see if I'm right. Oh, I was wrong. Okay, let's try it again. That's right. You guys get to watch me play Guess the Password. Hey, I guessed it that time. I want to go to Ramen's page real quick. And I will be sure to, I have to verbalize that I'm going to share the screen, so I'll do it. Search. Why do I keep thinking explore is search? Okay, Ramen Toy. What the heck? I'm sure that I follow Ramen. Yep, guess I follow him now. All right, coming back so you guys can see this page. Looked like everything disappeared for a minute there. Like, you like this face? This face is, well, waiting for StreamYard to do its thing. It's a good face. I'll take it. I keep. All right, so let's see if we can find the vans with the figures. That would be fun. That would be fun for me. These things are crazy. Oh, that's with the Batmobile. You know what I need? I need them. I need Moto King to make the 89 Batmobile, or for Mezco to get into vehicles. Not Mezco, I'm sorry. For Mayfex to get into vehicles. I don't see. Okay, well, there's pics from the show. Shoot, I was hoping that we were going to see a lot of pics of these figures with the tanks. Because what I want to do is I want to see, hold on, maybe this will do something for us. Video. Oh, watching video. All right, that wasn't helpful. Let's see. What I want is I just want to see some figures in these things. Doesn't look like we're going to get that with the vans. Huh. Name sauce. Oh, wait a sec, though. Look at that. That thing looks nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the musk. Oof, that looks rad. No free candy decal for the van? I mean, that would be a graphic I could make as a Patreon freebie. Just a sign up for the side of that van that says free candy. For use with the Ramen Toys white panel van. Moto King shipped me the tumbler, so I'll let you know how it's looking once I build it. Oh, awesome, Ghost Have. I can't wait to see that. I've seen a review, but it was a review of just putting it together. It wasn't like they were showing it with other stuff. They weren't showing it with various Batmans or anything like that. Let's see. Oh man, I'm getting warnings from StreamYard basically saying, hey, the page is unresponsive, which is fun for me. Nolan, let's see. That musk looks amazing. It does, man. Woo! That musk is beautiful. How was I? I'm sure that I was following Ramen Toy. I have no idea why it didn't show it. Yeah, the reason I like this, now you guys know I have some turtles and all that, but I think the reason I really like this is because you can also use the street scene itself for so many different kinds of figures. So you get this, maybe you have the NECA street scene, maybe you have some buildings that you've got from other dios you've procured over the years, and you start building like this crazy city with alleys and all that stuff. Ah, that's why the musk is so darn cool. My fear is it's going to go up for pre-order just before Christmas, and I'm going to be like, well, probably shouldn't do that because I was holding off. I was going to make sure I could get the musk. I'm not sure though right now. It might be something that Ace hopefully makes again later on down the road because I can see this being like the dio set. Like this is the dio set from all the dio sets I've ever seen made by any company. This thing is the one. So hopefully he does what he was talking about before and continues making, what was he calling them? The Dio Ramen series. I would love it if he just kept going. I believe that was it, wasn't it? Was Dio Ramen? Oh no, I'm making it up as I go along. Ghost Tab, I did build a Moto King Iron Spider. Figure was good, but the plastic was thin like a model kit. I guess that makes some sense. They are model kits, right? I was curious about the Batman, the Batfleck that just released. I was curious if anybody picked that up. I want to get, like, it looks like Moto King is where I should be getting my Bat vehicles, honestly, because I think from what I've seen from checking out D Hunter's reviews, Mafex figures fit really well when it comes to Moto King. So that would be nice. I need to find things and make them work with my Mafex figures. But let's see. All right, guys, we're gonna go till about 8:30. And hopefully StreamYard doesn't just try and kick me off before then because it's going pretty slow. And if, yeah, I don't know. If you guys have anything else you want to check out, can you think of anything that maybe I've missed, something that you saw? I know somebody brought something up earlier, and I'm so good at this that I completely forgot what it was. So if anybody thinks of something, let me know. Okay, Ghost Tab. I got the bat signal. Light is strong, but same issue. Like you said, it makes sense. It's thin plastic. Okay. So if you get like, I mean, if you get model kit stuff, you could, in theory, just glue it together. Like at least with a bat signal. I don't know. I don't know how much I'd want to glue figures together. The Bat Cycle looks so good. It does, man. And thank you for stopping by. I love the look of that Bat Cycle. The Bat Cycle, the tumbler, the Bat Pod. That's why I want Moto King to start going a little deeper. And I want somebody. This is like my pipe dream. Like I think that Moto King or somebody will get to an 89 112 scale Batmobile. So I'm not worried about that so much. But something that I think would be awesome is if somebody did a 112 scale superpowers Batmobile from like the first year that superpowers was a thing. There's something about that car I just like. And maybe it's just the nostalgia of it, but it had like this really sleek design. I prefer my Batmobiles to be sleek than more the rough and tumble, like the Tumbler. Although, like I said, I like that Tumbler a lot, but I prefer a sleek Batmobile, I think. And I think that's why I like that old Superpowers one. That signal from Moto. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant, Ghost Tab. They did the Christian Bale, they did the Bat Signal, and then they did oh man, they did something else, didn't they? I can't remember what the other thing was. They started with like three things, and now they've gone to Batfleck, the Tumbler, and then Batfleck cycle from the Flash movie, I think. Ghost Tab. Thunderbolts trailer came out today. I saw that. What does everybody think? I don't know. I think it looks kind of fun. And I think the character of Bucky was done well. I think Yelena has been done well. So I do want to see it. I could take or leave Ghost or Taskmaster, but we'll see. Dave, model kit figures are just like the 30-minute sisters. That makes sense, Harry. That does make sense. I'm just wondering, like the 30-minute sisters, they have kind of limited mobility. So I'm curious if the Batman moves a little more like an action figure. Ghost Tab, it's snap model kit, no glue needed. Right, right, I get that, but I wonder if it would feel a little more stable if we glued them together, like at least for the bat signal, like kind of like what you're saying, no glue needed. I don't know that I'd want to use glue on a figure, and I'm not sure I'd want to use glue on a tumbler, like for the price, you know? But I'm not sure. I just don't know. I don't know much about model kits actually either. I know, I know. Again, bad nerd, but still, I've always been an action figure guy, less of a model kit guy. NECA Garbage Man Kevin Eastman. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, let's go see if we can find that real quick. Was he on? He's got to be on their IG page, I would think, right? And there was something else that was NECA, I think, too. NECA? NECA official. I don't know that they post a lot here. Maybe it's not here, but hopefully. Well, obviously they've talked about Bert and Ernie. Oh, never mind. Here we go. Let me make sure. Yep, we've got it. I wanted to go back and make sure that you guys saw this. Yeah, this one's tough for me because my assumption is they'll come out for the Mirage line as well, but I don't know, like an Eastman and Laird Mirage set. Because I don't usually get the movie stuff, but I do like getting the comic creators. I do dig that he's got the trash can. And I totally forgot that he was the garbage guy in the movie. But this made me sad. This is probably why I didn't throw him up there. Is one, I forgot, but two, no extra hands. On the other hand, maybe this is all he did in the movie because, like I said, I forgot. So it can't be that his part was all that huge, Check the Batman Day from Fond Joy. Let's see. I think there's an 89 Batmobile. Oh, I will check that out. Thank you. The McFarlane DC Direct light up Bat Cycle is awesome. It's the Batman, the animated series design, and Mafex Nightwing looks amazing on it. I was looking at that too. Like, I thought that looked really good. And it's the one, it's blue and black, right? I'm thinking, what was it, 25 or 30 bucks when it came out? Because Batman needs his wonderful toys. I got to do something about that. Thunderbolts looked okay. I just don't feel hyped for less leftover Marvel characters. That's the thing. They didn't really get, like, none of them except for Bucky have really had their time to shine, so to speak. So maybe they'll be able to take what they had before and build them up. I mean, one thing that I think we can all agree on, at least me, I grew up reading comics, but when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, I had no idea who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. So there's that a little bit, you know, there might be that a little bit with the Thunderbolts, where we kind of have an idea for some of these characters, but we don't really know these characters. So maybe this movie will be building them up a bit. Maybe it's the new Guardians of the Galaxy, and we'll all decide, you know, these characters don't suck. Like, I was pretty disappointed with Taskmaster in particular, but everybody else, I'll give them a chance. Maybe Taskmaster will prove me wrong too. Oscar 2-pack of Kevin Eastman? Why not? I don't know. I think Oscar the Grouch would need to come with a Jim Henson, but it's kind of amazing. Does Disney own all of Henson now? So they would own Sesame Street and the Muppets. So if Sesame Street does well, obviously NECA would go after the Muppets license, I would think. I didn't know he was the garbage man in the movie either. Yeah, and I totally blanked on that. Well, Eastman didn't have the turtle drawing either, but they still included it. This is true. This is true. To be fair, I read Guardians of the Galaxy and I only barely knew who they were when they came out. They were only kind of similar to the comic versions. I heard that they weren't very, it's kind of like Agatha Harkness. She's not really the comic character at all. And I heard the same thing about the Guardians of the Galaxy characters. Well, we're about at that time. I'll read a couple more. Ghost Tab. I don't think Disney owns Dark Crystal. Well, that's good. And Dark Crystal was Henson, wasn't it? Maybe Henson licensed that off to somebody else. Forget it. It's 1/18th and 1/24th model kit. Oh, that's okay, Martine. Thanks for trying, man. I appreciate the looking out. All right, guys, that is it for this fine evening. So, as always, thanks a ton for coming to hang out. It was a good time. It was a good chat. Made me happy. Now I'm going to go off and take some pictures and prep for the week. So, again, have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Happy snapping. Wow, I totally butchered that. But until next time, see ya. Now,